We are still in Ooty. In this episode, we ride the toy train through beautiful hill country and do a day trip to Pykara, visiting shooting points, forests, waterfalls and dams. This is a beautiful part of the world.
Today we're off to ride the toy railway. This is the Nilgiri Mountain Railway. This section from Metapilalam to Coonoor, where we're going this morning, was finished in 1898, and then 10 years later the stretch from Coonoor to Ooty, where we are now, was finished. So this was funded by the tea plantations of the area in an effort to get their product down into the lowlands where it could then be trained again off to Kochi. So it's called a toy train. The gauge is only a metre. We're hoping it's going to be really scenic.
We found our seat. We had some problems at the start. We had misread our ticket and thought our seats were 38 and 39.
I'm 39.
I'm 38. Turns out our ages end up on the tickets. So after a little bit of embarrassment, we found the right seats.
We used to live in Wellington. So we've descended 430 metres.
So we've got about an hour until we have to get back to the station to get some tickets, and when we were coming through on the bus we saw a nice looking waterfall, so we're heading off to find it.
The waterfall we saw from the bus doesn't appear to be the waterfall that we picked on the map, that we've just walked really far downhill to get to. So, well, it's been a pleasant walk except for the road's a bit nasty. No waterfalls for us today.
Turns out we're still waterfall hunting. Elle caught a glimpse of a different waterfall on the way back into town, so we're now trying to get a better view.
3 out of 10. Bit of a waterfall fail.
Al's trying to make up for his waterfall failures by finding us some tasty food.
Wow, these are good bonders.
Potato field deliciousness, 8 rupees. Win. Cheers.
Check out that. Cabbage pakoda. Oh yeah.
We're still eating our vegetables, Mum. Most of them happen to be fried though.
You can really taste the cabbage in there. Like totally.
Cool.
Yum.
We have found the market in Coonoor, so we're going to have an explore while chomping on our delicious cabbage pakoras.
An unexpected surprise. I popped down to have a look at the steam locomotive shed where they have the steam engines that actually go, or the locomotives that go from Coonoor down to Metapilalam. They don't go to Ooty unfortunately, but they're beautiful, classic looking diesel powered steam engines. Really neat.
It's cold. The day trip on the train was awesome. It is a super old train and it's also the steepest railway line in India. The scenery is pretty spectacular. You definitely notice the temperature difference from Coonoor to Ooty. Good thing to do if you're in Ooty. Our last day in Ooty, and today we're treating ourselves to a bit of a tour with a car and a driver across to Pykara. Hello.
Oscar the goat.
You got anyone in there? First stop is to have a look at the golf course.
This golf course is over 100 years old. It's for members only, and it's one of the 2 golf clubs in the Nilgiri ranges. The other one is at Coonoor. But you get a lot of run. And this is a dam, tough to pronounce. We'll put it in the, we'll give it a subtitle so you know what it's called. It's a beautiful spot though, huge lake. Really, it's quite an attractive dam. Yeah, it's really nice actually. Wouldn't be able to walk here from Ooty.
Our next stop is the pine forest. It feels just like home with the exception of lots of monkeys.
Yeah, it's so beautiful around this part of the world. I can see why the tour heads off in this direction. Loads of other tourists, local tourists, and us. Just looking out behind me, it is really, really dry on this side of the hill. So when we're in Ooty, it still felt very green. And we've gone through a whole bunch of pine forests and eucalypts, and now we're in area that looks more like, I don't know, Canberra, outskirts of Canberra. Really yellow, dusty. We can see a canal for irrigation. Beautiful view. We're just surprised how quickly the climate changed here in the Nilgiris. We're at another spot on our afternoon trip to Pykara.
And we have absolutely no idea what it is. They all call it the shooting place. We think it's got something to do with filming, but we're not totally sure.
Yeah.
We've figured out what the shooting place was, and it turns out it's a viewpoint. So the word shooting is all about cameras. Come here with your camera and take a nice picture. The view is spectacular and it's a great place to have some lunch.
Ah, aloo bonda. Awesome.
Gives the old Aussie meat pie as lunch a run for its money. This is our most recent discovery. A lot of the sweets in India are super sweet and probably a bit too sweet for us, but we found this. We're not sure what it's called, but it's like a light sweet pastry. Inside is sort of a nut, date, coconut mix that's really nice without being super sweet. It's just delicious. The shooting point is 10 rupees well spent. What an amazing view. We've made it to Pykara Waterfalls. The place looks relatively dry, so I'm not sure how much water will actually be flowing, but we'll soon find out, and it's only 10 rupees to get in.
Behind me are the beautiful, albeit small at the moment, Pykara Falls. We've seen lots of bird life. It's warm. It is just such a nice day in the Nilgiris. We're really pleased we came on this car ride. We've earned it. Bit of walking today.
The top today is 17 degrees, but up here in the mountains it feels a whole lot warmer. So it's ice cream time. How's your ice cream?
It's very tasty. We've made some friends.
Thank you.
No, thank you. My jaw is sore. that was. You know, I do a lot of smiling, but that was a lot of smiling. I think we're at about 30 selfies. Got a bit intense for a minute there. Lots of wonderful women really wanted their photo taken with us. It was so much fun. Ready? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I've just been watching some guys doing some fishing. Kind of. Interesting technique. As you can see out there though, it's not as much water as they probably sometimes get. It's a huge dam. We have declined the boat ride at Pykara. You really need a group of 8, and yeah, I mean it's a lake. It's quite cool, but we get a great view from up here. So currently we're just really relaxing in the sun, enjoying the view at Pykara Lake.
It is beautiful just sitting here watching the world go by and seeing what all domestic tourists do on their day out. It seems to be that boat trips are the thing. They all seem to love it. And they love taking selfies too, especially with us.
I like Ooty. I like Ooty. Oh yeah, this is a cool town. Sadly, we are leaving. We've loved the climate, we've loved our hotel. Yeah, we luxed it a little bit, and really there's loads to do as well, and the food's really good, so it's a win on every count. What do you reckon?
Love this place. Don't want to leave,
No.
but it's time. It's time to go.
Like, I mean, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm very close to puffing out steam. It is quite cold.
Yeah, Steve. I think he's got a little bit too close to the trains. He's not puffing out steam. What the hell?
When you breathe out and you see condensation.
Condensation, I think it's puffing out
Yeah,
steam.
it's not puffing out steam. It's condensation.
He's not a train.